Hey all, here are OS Reviews. Today we're taking a first look at the Rackspace Home Mesh Wi-Fi System. Mesh Wi-Fi systems are really used in houses and spaces which are larger, and typically a router can struggle to pass this signal through different walls, allowing it to capture up to 6,000 square feet in this particular solution, which is extremely impressive. Mesh network is quote-unquote a communications network made out of radio nodes organized in a mesh topography. So we can see kind of a graph of what that process looks like. Compared to, say, just getting separate Wi-Fi extenders, it's a lot easier to set up because the three mini routers are already set up to be communicating with each other. Now, part of the reason why I was a little bit attracted to this particular system is the design of the routers, which they are perfect cubes. So none of the antennas are actually pointing out like you would typically see. They're all integrated into this little box, kind of like an Android TV box, and it has a very clean and minimalistic overall appearance. The top is even constructed out of a fabric material that reminds me of something like the Google Home Mini. So one mesh unit, just like a traditional router, covers up 2,000 square feet, 3 cover up to 5,000 in different rooms. You can get up to 6 to cover up 9,000. So it's very versatile, and if the 3 which are included here are not enough for you, you can just purchase extension packs. Packaging contents are very simple and straightforward. There's just the 3 cube routers, and we have a quick user manual here that is not documented in too much detail because the app kind of guides you along. There's LED lights that tells you the status of if you're connected to the internet or not on the routers, and then we have just the 3 power adapters. The plug also has kind of a cute shape to it. And if we want to explore the design of a single cube first, it is constructed out of a polycarbonate plastic, simply says Rackspace on it, a very clean and unusual shape for a router. The very top here just features the aforementioned fabric or felt material, and also the Ethernet port, and also the AC power port for plugging it into power. The cable just passes through over here, and hard to imagine that these little cubes are routers. They are just so compact and futuristic looking. Setup really is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Takes less than 5 minutes. Just plug in one of them into Ethernet, and then the other ones can just be placed anywhere in your house. Just plug them into power and they're ready to go. Afterwards, the boxes will just communicate with each other to extend the range, and there's an LED light on the side which will tell you the connection status. Afterwards, in the app, we can see the current topography. We have all 3 routers plugged in, so 3 are connected to the internet. There's a primary one connected to the secondary nodes, and we have 1 connected device to internet, which is this tablet right now that's using the Rackspace mesh. So if we tap on the connected devices, we can see a full list of devices. Now I can also tap on my network here to take a look at if my entire mesh is online or not. And apparently you can connect up to 30 of these little boxes if you want to cover a super large region of space. Now under settings, you can fine-tune the internet parameters, the router's name, as well as the password that you can set. You can also initiate a guest network that you can turn on and have a separate guest password to allow for other people around you to connect to. So for example, Rackspace VIP, it's going to generate a random password that's valid for say 8 hours. To disable certain types of devices, you can add a certain group, you can prevent other unallowed phones, for example, from entering the network. There's even an interesting Qos mode, which claims to optimize game and web browsing performance. Port forwarding, so all of these are kind of more specialized and advanced settings that maybe you would want to dive into if you have more networking experience. So we are connected to the mesh network right now, and through an internet speed test, you can see that the results show 20.9 megabits per second download. Our plan here is a little bit limited, but it's already far better than what we can get from the original source of the router, which is located in another level of this building. Typically, this is going to be a dead zone where I couldn't even get any signal at all. So as a quick comparison, instead of using the Rackspace, we can connect to the kind of original router, which is still plugged in the same location downstairs, and we can already see the huge difference there in terms of the connectivity speed and access. Only 6.7 megabits per second for download. It's extremely slow. In fact, for validity, repeating the test once again, we're connected to the Rackspace mesh. We're going to try and retry and test the internet speed, and you can see it's actually even faster now. So there really is a big difference. So overall, it works quite well. Now the signal strength of each of these little routers is not going to be the furthest in the world, and that's by design of the whole mesh system. So basically, there's multiple routers which are all called the same name. So depending on where you are in the house, basically your device will automatically switch to connect to the node or the closest router to it without you really knowing it. So the graph is dynamic and adjusts itself to give you the fastest experience. Overall, I think it works quite well. A very clever concept, and I think a nicely implemented mesh system that's relatively affordable and, more importantly, has an easy to use application, dead simple to set up, and also a really cute and attractive design that almost feels like furniture, a speaker, something that really doesn't resemble a router at all and kind of disguises itself in plain sight. So if you're struggling with internet speeds, with dead zones, you want to cover a larger area, then this is definitely a system that I would recommend taking a closer look at. It doesn't get any simpler than this. This has been the Rackspace router kit. You can check out more details if interested in the links down below. Thanks for watching this video here at OS Reviews.